Terry,
buddy.
Terry, here's your words. Here's your words.
I was murdered.
You were murdered. Okay, you obviously weren't murdered because you're alive and you're basically intact. You weren't murdered, buddy. You weren't murdered, buddy.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and there was an unhinged meltdown leading up into, well, the night before Super Tuesday, which we know is going to lead to a very bad news for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is essentially just an e-girl. She's just the newest amalgamation of the Twitch e-girl. Somehow she got her way into an elected position. I suspect she won't hold it that long. But now her own friends are following her to the movie theater and confronting her, where she launched into a wild rant that was all caught on tape. What an incredible day. What an incredible, incredible day. By the way, if you're looking for something to be happy about, this isn't an ad. I just wanted to give you a quick little update. You know how there was a certain individual who used to be, I'm not sure anymore, employed by Rebel News, who made a heinous claim about me. Well, if you use Twitter, you might have seen this. It looks like you can see here, verified and was working or did have the Rebel News checkmark. This is as of this morning, no longer verified, no longer any mentions of Rebel News in the profile, and no longer a checkmark or a Rebel News box. So, you know, if you're looking for something, maybe just don't launch false PED accusations because you got caught stealing content from independent journalists. That's just my opinion. It looks like actions might have some consequences. But let's get on to AOC's meltdown. Now, left-wing squad Democrat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez lashed out at anti-Israel protester who confronted her and her fiance at a Brooklyn movie theater, demanding she call what is happening in Gaza a particular word. Now, what's interesting to me is all this compelled speech. You know, they like to compel our speech with their pronouns and with, you know, this, that, and the other thing. But apparently they don't like it when you do it to them. It's not okay that there's this happening and you're not actively against it, the protester ad. These are the same people that say, it's not enough to just, believe in people, and judge them by the content of their character. You have to be out there actually actively anti-racist for whatever reason. A visibly frustrated Ocasio-Cortez, who has long backed far-left causes and protests, yells in response, "You're lying!" We're going to see the video. Don't worry. I'm not going to rob you of this joy. Because what you have here is the left turning on itself, which is what you knew this conflict was going to do. It's the same reason our idiot president is sending food to one side and missiles to the other, right? They're trying to play both sides, and this doesn't work on the far left wing. And an angry Ocasio-Cortez ranted back at protesters, "I already said it would, and y'all gonna pretend that it wasn't over and over again. It's effed up, man. And you're not helping these people. You're not helping them," she says. "Why won't you say it in front of everybody? Why just us?" Okay, I don't know if this is like a reason. It's probably not reasonable, but let's just say you are quote unquote picking sides based on whose advocates were the most unhinged. Okay, on one side you have a guy turning himself into a human birthday candle, and you have unhinged groups stalking you around and screaming and putting a camera in your face and telling you to say certain things. That's the people backing one side. The other people backing the other side are a little less, I suppose, overt about their tactics. But both sides are up to shenanigans. That's, of course, the case. The protesters continue. "If you can't just say it, say it. Literally, we're talking to you like normal people. Just say it. Just say the word. Over 30,000 people are gone, AOC. Why can't you just say it for words? Say the word. Say it. Say it. Say it." A literal struggle session. A struggle session. Roberts tries to dissuade the protesters from continuing to follow her as they left the theater. At one point, Ocasio-Cortez fumes that the protesters are going to take what she says out of context and have it go viral. Oh, it's going to go viral. Leave a like on this video. And by the way, open a new tab, click that share button, share this video, because what this really shows is that the far left is full of baloney. You know, this is the same woman that said, you know, oh, I was in the Capitol building and I barely survived. There was an officer who was banging on the door. Remember that tear-filled recount of the story? And then, of course, who can forget for running with the big, juicy booty, man, Alex Stein. Of course, she joined her fellow squad Democrats in the hours following the incident in calling for a de-escalation and a ceasefire, and has repeated those claims, slamming both sides and having described the IDF's military campaign as committing war crimes. You know what would be sweet? You know, let me know if you agree with this by leaving a like on the video. I had a thought. Wouldn't it be sweet? And by the way, I know I have international viewers, but just, you know, interchange what I'm about to say make it local for you, right? Wouldn't it be sweet if the people whom we elected, whom get that position and then become multimillionaires like Nancy Pelosi, it would be really sweet if these people gave a damn about the country they're paid to represent. There is no reason the United States has to stick their nose in what's going on in Israel, Palestine, and they don't have to be doing it in Ukraine either. They don't have to. They could, I don't know, take care of the massive homeless problem we have, the massive addiction problems we have here, skyrocketing inflation, an invasion on our southern border, flying in 300,000 migrants under the cover of night so they don't have to cross the border, all this kind of stuff, right? It would be sweet if they did that. Of course, Ocasio-Cortez even slammed for her Christmas post, they called Israel a occupying force. Posting on Instagram back on Christmas Eve, AOC shared a photo of a child lying in a pile of rubble surrounded by wooden nativity scene icons. Accompanying the photo, the New Yorker wrote, "In story of Christmas, Christ was born in modern-day Palestine under the threat of government engaged, blah, 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 blah." Now, she's from Brooklyn. I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn. I assume it's similar to the rest of New York, rampant with unhinged homeless people and drug addicts that are attacking people in the streets probably every 6 minutes. I would think, you know, while Brooklyn's overflowing with migrants, I would think that perhaps you would want to handle that. What's also hilarious is her old Twitter post is getting thrown back in her face. Remember when she wrote this on December 2nd? The whole point of protesting is to make people uncomfortable. Activists take that discomfort with the status quo and advocate for concrete policy changes. Popular support often starts small and grows. To folks who complain protest demands make others uncomfortable, that's the point. That was AOC 3 years ago. Here she is yesterday.
I already said that it was, and y'all are just going to pretend that it wasn't over and over again. It's fucked up, man. You're not helping these people, TV. And you're not helping them. You refuse to. You're not helping them.
Oh my God. And that's not even like, it's way worse. Like the AOC thread, like the entire thing, getting a taste of her own medicine.
You refuse to call it a genocide.
I need you to understand that this is not okay, AOC says. By the way, I'm sure she was just taking in Dune with her normie husband. But, you know, it is okay, right? She herself said it's okay. It's supposed to make her uncomfortable.
It's not okay that there's a genocide happening. You're not actively against it.
You're lying.
I'm lying. You're not. You went on TV.
By the way, is this even better that this dude's wearing an N95? Does that make this better or even better? Which does it make it? Which does it make? I think it makes it better, very better, much better.
What are you talking about?
By the way, I'm surprised she doesn't travel with any kind of security, just to be honest with you. She looks like she's going to smack them.
We're not lying.
We're not lying.
You've been
We're not
saying it in interviews. It's insane. You haven't been calling it a genocide.
They're like, you're not using our language. You're not using our words.
Don't tell me I'm lying. Then just say it's a genocide.
By the way, if that dude was like, you know what I would do? I would just stand at the top of the stairs and impede their path so they couldn't keep, like, let's just say this is what I think a boyfriend. Now, granted, maybe he can't do anything because they'll probably sue him. But just like, okay, her terrible politics aside, and I don't know anything about her boyfriend or whatever, or husband or whatever. But I feel like if my wife was in politics and people are doing this to her, I would just stand at the top of the escalator, let her put some distance between them and her, and then descend myself.
Just say it. Over 30,000.
Say the word. Say the word. Say our word.
Say it for once. Just say the word. That's it. That's all we want you to say.
And then we'll want you to say another thing. And then we'll want you to say another word because that word's not good enough. Oh, there he goes, finally.
We're not doing anything. We're just talking to an elected politician. That's all we're doing.
We're not doing anything. Hey, that's AOC's own rules. That's what AOC says, that you're supposed to make them, you know, that you're supposed to be uncomfortable. That's the rule. You're supposed to be uncomfortable, as far as I know. That's what she said.
That's it.
Cut it, and you're going to cut this, and you're going to clip this so that it's completely out of context. I already said that it was, and y'all are just going to pretend that it wasn't over and over again. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're not helping
Live
these people,
TV.
and you're not helping them.
You refuse to.
You're not helping them.
I love it. Oh man, what a great day. It's Super Tuesday. I'm super happy you're here with me. I'm going to super remind you, if you made it to the end of this video, I'll be super live streaming over on Rumble like every Monday through Friday. I'll leave a link in the pinned comment down below. Get on over there. Have fun. We have a lot of fun. It's uncensored, unhinged. It's a lot of fun. We have, 10,000, 5,000 people hanging out a day. You can meet lots of new people. And it's just a lot of fun. Tough to see AOC get a taste of her own medicine, though, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.